Hey Jewel fans!
I'm Chris.
And I'm Ronnie from the Jewelers Archive.
We're here as part of our Archive Showcase feature where we take toys and memorabilia from the show and we discuss them, sometimes at length. So,
with commentary.
Yes. Just think of this as a commentary track for the toys. So we're here today to talk about none other than Sunstar.
Jewel Adventure Deluxe Animal Edition.
That is such a mouthful.
That's the title.
I can't
Jewel Adventure Deluxe Animal Edition.
Jewel Adventure Deluxe Animal Edition. 5 words to describe one's animal subset.
The amazing, uncompromising Sunstar.
Yes, we love her.
There's actually a story behind how I got my Sunstar. And I had talked a little bit about it when we were talking about Sun Power Gwenevere, but I had to travel to a different state to find Sunstar. Now you found Sunstar here.
I did. I found Sunstar in a JCPenney of all places. I distinctly remember seeing her with Moondance.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have also seen them. Does anybody remember the store Gottschalks?
Oh, Gottschalks, yes.
Yes, I think I saw them in there too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sometimes those clothing stores had toys. It was kind of random. Maybe closeout toys?
But I was just going to say, it's in alignment with why the Jewelers marketing necessarily didn't succeed because of the fact that it was all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you could find the toys here and there, but not at
all
Walmart and not at Kmart. Like you couldn't find the right one. Maybe it was the fact that these were just the ones that sold the best, and maybe that's why we never saw them.
Right. I mean, for their price, even back in the day, they're a gorgeous animal unicorn toy. So small history lesson on the unicorns. They are made from the same molds that the Fashion Star Philly teens are made from. You can look up several of those and you can see the exact same leg poses and stuff.
Right.
So not the regular Fashion Star Phillies, but the teen ones.
And it's interesting because the names of them correlate with other of our favorite characters.
Yeah.
One of them is named, is it Ariel?
I think so.
Yeah, one of them is named Ariel.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun kind of
so Fashion Star Phillies are a really crazy line of 80s horses.
They were fairly popular.
Yeah, they're sort of like My Little Pony, but like a full-sized horse.
Right.
It's a very interesting thing.
With leg warmers.
With leg warmers, yeah.
And other
frizzed out hair, and it's like, ooh.
Which is funny because, the Jewel Rider unicorns didn't have manes up in front, they only had tails.
Right.
Which I was always kind of against because it was kind of like, I want a doll. Yeah. So these are kind of like mixed action figure doll. Whereas something like Tenko, again, Tenko and the Guardians of the Magic was produced by Mattel, so it was much more of a doll. But then at the same time, I kind of didn't like the way that the Pearl Rider toy was created.
Pearl Rider, just another history lesson, is...
There's so many of these unicorns.
I know. So, and they all share the same mold. So that Pearl Rider horse from Tenko is the same mold as She-Ra's horses. So, and I think that is not the last time that mold has been seen. It's been a widely used horse mold by Mattel for a lot of different properties.
But that one has the rooted, or I guess you could say rooted.
But yeah, it has rooted mane,
and the tail, and it had this weird shimmery strand of hair that was also in the pink.
Yeah, there's
yet, earlier in the sequence of talking about the toy line, we talked about how Drake is pictured on the back of the box and how he has these really just pink and purple colors. Pearl Rider's a boy.
Yeah.
And he's, in the show, he's brown. In Tenko and the Guardians of the Magic.
And he's a white horse.
Is he a white horse? I thought it was brown. But it's just the fact that he's this pearlized white horse with pink shimmery hair and these feather butterfly wings.
He looks like a circus horse by the end. I still have it. It's kind of funny. It's still a great toy.
Right.
I And I think he often would stand in as like a horse for Tamra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was because
yeah.
Tamra was creating a Shadow Song. But there is a prototype of Shadow Song, which you can find on the archive. We do have pictures
we
of
have
it.
pictures of the Shadow Song prototype, which was a gorgeous prototype.
Right.
I'm really sad. And we also have pictures from the Toy Fair catalog that he was featured in, where he's painted.
Right,
And
the fully painted version of him.
Gorgeous. Like, I so wish they had made him, but...
There's been lots of fan
Alas.
ones. And it's funny because of everything, that is the one thing that I think most of the fans have done, where they've taken, sad to say, they've taken a Moondancer or a Sunstar and repainted it.
Yeah, it's... I think because it's one of the easier swaps. You know, a Sunstar wouldn't be too hard to maybe dye the tail into multicolors.
Right. So we do have some Sunstars here to showcase. And the first thing that we want to talk about that we've actually featured on some of the other dolls are about variants.
Yeah.
And when you look at the box, the artwork on the box showcases a Sunstar with a gold metallic embedding for the jewel that's on the front of her. And as you can see, this particular Sunstar has that. But then, for the most part, the majority of the line...
This pink sun disc is by far the more common element in these Sunstars. You know, it's the same pink plastic that her non-rooted main thing is made out of. But it's just not... It's not quite as deluxe.
As like, the golden,
it's very luxe looking.
One.
I love those.
It is. Well, you know, these are the deluxe animal editions.
Deluxe animal edition. Oh my gosh. So a couple of features about Sunstar. She's got the same like light feature. I don't know if you can see this or not on the video, but you know where you touch the light piping feature in the head, and you can make the jewel glow. It's interesting, you know, they have a horn. Couldn't they have just used the horn to pipe all the way down?
Instead you have this hole in the top of
dot
her
on her head.
Where you think, true. I have thought that before. I have thought that.
Another interesting thing to note is that these are definitely all molded in clear plastic. And then they've got this spray sheen opaque coat over the top to give them, you know, their colors.
Right.
And, you know, there have been issues over time with the clear plastics, I think, that these were made out of. So a lot of times you'll find a broken leg on these unfortunate unicorns. I think Moondance suffers it maybe a little more often than Sunstar.
Oh, my Moondance is broken.
Yeah, your Moondance is broken.
The leg is broken on that.
So, but it's just something to be aware. You can see, you know, in this leg right here, there's like stress cracks in it. Is it long for this world? Who knows? But, you know, so Sunstar features a couple of other really nice features. She has a removable saddle, so if you want to pretend that Sunstar was never born with wings, you can.
There you go.
Because they're all attached through the saddle. The saddle seats any of the dolls.
So if you really wanted to, Moondance could fly.
Right, yeah, you can put this saddle on Moondance easily.
But when we're talking about the saddle, I do want to point out, because I do, not that I enjoy it, but I like to make everyone aware of some of the quality issues that I have sometimes with the product. And the saddle is supposed to have a feature that inside of the saddle, there's a clip that catches the groove of the wings. So as you move it up and down, it clips it into place. But what happens a lot of the times is they break, and so it just falls, and it doesn't hold it. That, for me, especially being the deluxe edition, and it's one of the features is that the wings are part of this horse, and yet it doesn't
fall right there.
Yeah.
I know, it's unfortunate that over time that those have not held up really, and it's because oh my god, she's sitting so nicely right now. You move it 2 seconds and it's falling.
She's done.
It's sad because these wings, the wings on these saddles, are gorgeously sculpted. feathers with individual lines in them, and they're just like a really incredible piece. They've got
even have glitter
and they even have like color change into pink at the end, and they've got like glitter on the end. They're a gorgeous piece, and it's unfortunate that you can't often display her at the most beautiful way that they hang, instead of making it look like she broke her wing
and one's down,
one's got to hold down, and it's just sort of sad, But but regardless, they're gorgeous pieces.
And another thing, and it's not so much a quality issue, it's just interesting to me that what I see a lot of when we're looking at fans' toys, and you guys have posted photos, is one, the rump jewels that are on the back of the toys. Oftentimes, these will be either like faded or like rubbed off, or the paint is chipped here and there. It's interesting to me how it's that feature that rubs off, and yet on anything else, there's really never any paint that rubs off necessarily, except for like the swirls around Gwenevere.
Yeah. Well, I think the unicorns do have some paint rub issues with those opaque coats that they sprayed over the clear plastic. You do see, I think, sometimes those having big rubs in them. Like you can see a couple here and there.
Well, and that's also, I think,
could be from the saddle.
It's the saddle. So also on the sides, there's little colored marks where I think it's the saddle that was rubbing off on it, like the paint. Either that or everyone has crayons and colors their unicorns, because I've seen that color streak on other people's as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, Sunstar. Where'd you get your colors? You tell me.
But, I mean, I think these are overall some of the most, despite the nitpicks that we've got, I think they're overall some of the most gorgeous toy horses I've ever seen.
I love Sunstar. She's a fun
addition. To me, they blow away the She-Ra horses in terms of detail and just nice looking. The She-Ra horses look a little mad. Have you ever noticed that? They've got that foaming mouth look.
Not really.
Like Pearl Rider. Take a look at your Pearl Riders and your She-Ra horses, kids. Because
go right now and go look.
Yeah, they're not the most friendly faces.
Really? Well, the interesting thing on these ones is that they have really pretty eyes as well. The coloring in the eyes, the eyelashes. I think that the iridescent, the plastic, like what you were talking about, you can see it on the muzzle. It goes into the legs. It goes into the wings. It's a really fun color scheme for the horse.
It makes them look very deluxe.
There's glitter even on the neck harness.
The harness
that connects to the jewel. It's a lot of fun details. I like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah, no, they're
weird,
gorgeous.
like, decorated mane.
I've never
understood
I never liked it as a kid. I've grown
as
more
an adult,
fond of it.
Like it.
I can appreciate it more aesthetically.
Right.
Instead of my, like, childhood stuff was, like, screen accuracy
and
only.
And the unicorns in the show never had these decorated manes.
Yeah, and nobody ever cut off their manes and replaced them with this decorative scroll work. I think it's interesting to note that this is the powered up jewel armor harness. They're much fancier on the unicorns when they're in their jewel armor than when they are in the show without it. So that's kind of a fun note. So it's definitely, and this is the powered up jewel armor version of the saddle. So
same thing with Moondance. She has the jewel power version. So these are the
they're the
jewel power jewel adventure animal deluxe edition.
My gosh, say that 5 times fast. So they've got brushable tails. The unicorns, we don't have one out here, but they come with a small brush comb flag. Yeah. You
can see it on the back of the box. When you look at the different panels, there is a comb that's displayed. It's like a flag.
Yeah.
And it's a comb.
They're very nice, except you have to put the stickers on yourself.
Oh, yes.
And I could not get them on straight for the life of me.
Yours weren't aligned?
No.
Oh.
I just guess I'm spatially challenged with doing that kind of stuff. But, no, they're gorgeous. They're a much rarer find, so they were definitely produced in smaller numbers than the dolls.
It could be because of the price point.
Yeah.
But yet the funny thing is that the unicorns are what have lasted throughout the years with the fans.
People remember the unicorns.
Right.
You know,
they'll
I think
respond to photos.
especially Sunstar has resonated for a long time with fans. You know, she's an alicorn. She's the only one of her kind, you know, in Avalon. She's, you know, you see a lot of alicorns nowadays with My Little Pony, you know, Twilight Sparkle, Princesses Celestia and Luna. So Sunstar kind of recalls Celestia a little bit, and, you know, I think it's kind of a fun, you know, it's funny that, you know, here's two princesses in My Little Pony with the sun and the moon, and then the third one has, you know, Princess Cadence has the heart.
Really?
Really. And so here, you know, sun, moon, and heart.
Sun, moon, and heart. The formula works.
Yeah, so I think it's really interesting that, you know, and they're sort of similar coloring.
Right.
It's like, oh my goodness. So in some ways, Jewel Riders is still with us in modern age. So, all right. Well, do you have anything more to say?
No.
On Sunstar?
No, just go ahead and get yours.
I know.
Share with us your stories. We'd love to hear about how you started collecting, or what toys you had, or who's your favorite.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear those tales. So be sure to like, subscribe, and follow, of course.
Exactly.
Because you want to stay up to date on the latest Princess Gwenevere and the Jewel Riders news.
All right. So until next time, friends together.
Friends forever.
All right.
Bye.
By the magic of the Sunstone, you're tuned into the Jewel Riders Archive.